Hello friends, welcome to Dipta's Pathsala. Today we will discuss the chapter Coal and Petroleum. After the completion of this chapter, you can define what are resources, you can also define about fossil fuels, you can explain about the formation of coal, and you can also describe the formation of petroleum and natural gases. So what are resources? A resource is something that has some utility for us. They may be man-made or they may be natural. When we talk about the medicines, vehicles, computers, arts, these things are made by the human beings. They belong to man-made resources. But when we talk about the natural resources, they belong to the nature itself. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the minerals, soil, forest, and wildlife, all these belong to the natural resources. So natural resources may be biotic, means which are having some organic matter in them, or may be abiotic, it means which has no organic matter in them. For example, air, water are abiotic, whereas the forest and wildlife, they are biotic. Again, according to the availability of the natural resources, they are of two types. They may be exhaustible natural resources or they may be inexhaustible natural resources. So what are inexhaustible natural resources? The inexhaustible natural resources are those resources which are present in unlimited quantity in nature. They are not going to be exhausted by human activities. We can use them as much as we want. For example, sunlight, the water, and wind, they belong to this category. But when we talk about the exhaustible natural resources, their quantity is very limited in nature and they can easily be exhausted by human activities. For example, the forest. If we will cut all the plants from forests, then day will come, all the forest will be destroyed. And as you know, it will take long period of time to create new forest. In our lifetime also, it is very difficult to create new forest. Similarly, the fossil fuels like the coal, petroleum, and the natural gases, they also belong to this category. If we will continuously use them, they will come, all of them will be finished and it is not possible to replenish them. That's why there is a need to think about our future generation. Their sustainable management is very much essential so we can save them for our next generations. As I told you that coal, petroleum and natural gases, they are the fossil fuels. So let's talk about them. So what is fossil fuel? I will tell you about the fuel at first. So a fuel is something which when burns gives us heat and sometimes produces light. For example, if you will burn a piece of wood or a piece of paper, they will burn and produce some heat. That's why they belong to fuel category. Similarly, the LPG that you use in the kitchen for cooking purpose, that is a fuel. And now the question comes, what is a fossil? A fossil is the dead remainings of the plants and animals, or you can say the dead remainings of the living organisms that we find from the earth's crust. And it takes over millions of years for their formation. As the coal, the petroleum, and the natural gas, they are the formed from the dead vegetations and from the animals, and they are found from the earth's crust, and they are the good fuels. That's why they are called as the fossil fuel. So let's talk about them one by one. First comes the coal. You can see in the picture that this is black in color and they are very hard, just like stones, and they are good fuels because they produce lots of heat while they burn, and they are made from mostly carbons. Okay, and you might have known about the functions of the coal, that the coal is used in the power plants to produce electricity. Previously, it was used to drive the steam engines. Now, These coals are used in restaurants, in hotels, and in industries as fuel. Okay, so let's learn how the coal is formed. As I told you, it's a fossil fuel. You might have some idea about it. So let's learn about it. So millions of years ago, the earth was covered with dense forest. So near the lowline area or wetland areas, when the natural disaster like flood occurred or any geographical changes occurred, when these plants died, they buried under those swamp. And to cover their place, again new plants grew. And when those plants again died, they also buried in the same swamp. And this process continued for millions of years. So over time, those dead vegetations buried deeper and deeper under the earth crust as lots of dirt and sand deposited over them. And after millions and millions of years, what happened? Due to the absence of oxygen in earth crust and in the presence of high pressure and lots of high temperature, those dead vegetations, they became hardened and turned into black color substance that is called as the coal. So we find it from the earth's crust. There are different types of coals, for example, peat, lignite, bituminous, and anthracite with different carbon contents. And you will learn about them in your higher classes. So now you know that the coal is formed from the dead vegetations like the mosses, ferns, the trees when they undergone some physical and chemical changes due to pressure and heat over millions of years. They form the hard substance that is called as the coal, and the process is called as the carbonization process. Now, let's talk about the different products that we obtain from coal. So, coal can give us three important products like a coke. Coke is a solid material, and coal tar, this is a liquid, and coal gas, as you know, the name indicates it is a gas. So, in the absence of air, when we heat the coal, we get all these products, and we can also do the experiment in the lab so that we will understand how coal forms coke, coal tar, and coal gas. You can see the arrangement of the test tubes, Bunsen burner, and the stand in the picture. So, if we will take some powder coal in this test tube, here you see, and if we will heat it in the absence of air, then in this test tube you will find some black color substance that is the coal tar, and above it some water like substance will be deposited, and that water can dissolve ammonia to form ammonical liquor. And here in this test tube you can see one gas will be released, and that gas is the coal gas, and this gas is a good fuel. So the residue here we will obtain, that is the coke. Here we will get the coke after the burning of the coal in the absence of air. Now let's talk about these products one by one. First comes the coke. So as you can see in the picture, the coke is a black color, hard, porous fuel, and it is having high carbon content with few impurities, and it is an almost pure form of carbon. Coke is generally used to manufacture steel and in the extraction of many metals. Mostly it is used as a fuel for the metallurgical processes. Now let's talk about the coal tar. Here in the picture you can see the coal tar is a thick dark color liquid with unpleasant odor. It has both medical and industrial uses. So what are the uses of the coal tar? So we can prepare dyes, explosives, paints, synthetic fibers, drugs, and pesticides by the chemical substances that are obtained from coal tar from its fractional distillation. So what is fractional distillation? You will understand it in your higher classes. So now you will be astonished that the naphthalene balls that we use to repel the moth and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. Understood? Now let's talk about coal gas. Coal gas, as I told you earlier, this is a very good fuel, and this coal gas is mainly a mixture of hydrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. The gas present in coal gas are combustible, and hence it is an excellent fuel. It has high calorific value. It means when it burns, it produces lots and lots of heat. It was used for lighting houses, factories, and streets in Mumbai until 1950. But for the first time in London in the year 1810, it was used for lighting the street, and it was used in New York around 1820. But nowadays, it is used as a source of heat rather than lighting purpose. So this is all about our today's session. So let's have a quick revision. So we have learned that the natural resources are either exhaustible or inexhaustible. Coal, petroleum, and natural gases are fossil fuels. Fossil fuels were formed from the dead remains of living organisms over millions of years ago. Now, coal can give us three important things, that is the coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Coke is generally used in metallurgical processes for manufacturing of iron and other materials. Coal tar is generally used to make dyes, drugs, and perfumes, whereas the coal gas is used as fuel in industries. So this is all about our today's session. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you are having any doubt, please write it in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.